So I've followed your career for a long time, and I've noticed that when you're playing love roles or anything about teaching about faith, like there's a movie you did where you played a character named Ruth.
Oh, For the Love of Ruth.
Yes. And I was like, you have the ability to help people restore their faith in love and in God. And
oh my God.
Listen, that movie, and I tell people all the time, y'all gotta watch this, because it gets you to knowing about relationships, and not just relationships with men, but with other women and sisterhood and stuff like that. And it was like, wow. And then for this movie to come about, and I'm like,
oh, thank you. Thank you. Wow, that's a compliment. Yeah, you know what? For the Love of Ruth was actually my first like drama. Like, it was the first drama that I carried or whatever as a lead actor, and I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. Yeah.
I could not tell.
Yeah. I thank you so much, but Radna is actually the person who wrote it, and I cannot think of her last name right now, but she's the one that wrote it. And a dear friend of mine right now who actually directed the Clark sisters, her name is Christine Swanson. She was the director, and Christine has like 4 kids. So she was just getting back into directing after having been strictly a mom for years. And so this was like her like first time going there. And this was my first time going, lead actor in a drama. Because I was like, I wonder if I can cry on camera. Can I actually do it? Oh yeah, I was freaked out.
No,
Ruth
you did that.
Very emotional. Ruth was emotional. Okay.
It was.
Shout out to Loretta Devine. Yeah, that was my initiation. Loretta Devine, Brayley Evans, Gary Dordan. I always pronounce it wrong or whatever, but
you will be always Shazad to me. But go ahead.
Was that what you saying?
You will be Shazad from a different world to me forever. Okay, so
there you go. Yes, it was a different world. So yeah, it was an amazing experience, and I mean, it was so natural. Like the tears, I didn't even think about it once in the scene. It was an amazing experience. But yeah, shout out to Christine Swanson. And here's the funny part. I avoided her for 3 days. Like, this is the director of the movie, right? So she just wants to talk to me, get a feel for who I am, and whether or not, I have questions about the character. Girl, I was like, until I was so uncomfortable talking to her, because in my mind, I had to prove myself first.
Oh, wow.
Like, I didn't feel like, and that was probably, well, for me, it was the right decision. But, do you want to come down, stairs and we can talk? Oh, girl, I'm so big. Oh, my God, girl, I got it. So I always had an excuse. And literally, I was in my room like this. Hyperventilating or whatever. And so by day 3, I was like, I got this. Okay. So then we started talking, and she didn't find out until years later when I was like, girl, I was avoiding your behind. Okay. I just was not. I didn't feel the comfort level I needed in order to talk to you right there. So yeah, but we've made up over the years, and now she's one of my best friends. So yeah.
And so that's a beautiful part of, I think with acting, you connect with different things. And so your methods come about and they grow. So with this movie, with the storyline being that you all knew each other when you were kids, and then, it's like, it's like the ultimate love can happen, because in this day and age, I'll say that love has been beat up lately in the world. It just seems like no one's promoting that true love can happen and that your heart can be healed. And then here you all come along with a movie that's like, okay, we about to rekindle and get back to, faith and love and great
so
relationships.
Funny because there aren't, that I see or whatever, there were a lot of films that shout out to Laz Rael, I always pronounce wrong. So I'm gonna just say Laz, the director / writer of the movie. Kudos to you for writing this. But his motivation, a lot of the stuff was like Love and Basketball, The Best Man, like stuff like that. You remember how we used to have a slew of Black love stories? Remember?
Yes.
like that was the heyday for love stories. I mean, they're coming back with Coming to America. Like Black love was such an intricate part of our, you know, our testimony, you know, our stories. And now, not so much. And so that's what he used as motivation in order to do this. And yeah, I love the fact that, you know, he establishes the foundation by going back, you know, he goes back a little while to kind of plant the seed of where this strong attraction, you know, came from, you know, and also to, I guess you would say, redeem my character to a certain degree, because, you know, chick got a few, let's say, stallions in her stable. Okay, that's some country stuff right there. She got a few stallions in her stable. Okay, so if you don't have that redemptive, you know, redeeming quality, it's kind of like, this girl a hoochie mama, you know. But you like, my mom even called me. She was like, well, niece, I was on the Facebook, and I was scrolling through, and I saw, you know, I saw that trailer thing, and what you doing? What you doing? And, Mom, please don't look at it. First of all, she don't even know what BET Plus is, so we cool. But Betty Jean was telling me, she was like, I don't know about this. I was like, yeah, Mom, don't watch it. You'll be fine or whatever. But it's just, again, if you just look at the trailer, you're just like, what the hell? But when you get into the story, it's such a beautiful story, and you have to literally watch it unfold. And I think it's inspiring. I think it's, you know, something to be, you know, sought after, because we do have Black love stories. It's just that it's not necessarily getting the highlights or whatever that it used to back in the day. So Black love is a beautiful and it's very alive. And so I think this is just a very timely, you know, piece. I think it's something, it's very positive. And again, it's hopeful. It's hopeful.
And that's the beautiful part. Like, for me, because I kind of not that kind of a love story, boy, you know, but I ended up with the person that I fell in love with when I was a teenager, like, you know, like my first love. And I'm like, people don't realize that these things do happen. I had to go through some things to find my way back, and he had to go through some things to find his way back. But, you know, we ended up coming to this place, and I'm like, when I saw the synopsis and the trailer, I was like, oh my gosh, this is needed right now, because you have all of these, I hate this, you know, everybody's like, love is dead. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
There are examples of true love and love that can withstand, you know, I'm not saying be a fool and, you know, let somebody walk all over you, but love takes, you know, a relationship takes work, and, you know, you have to have faith. And it's like, oh, and here you all come with a great movie right on time that people can days on the.
Oh, I'm kind of losing.
And you have Valentine's Day on the 14th. Good day, watch the movie and like cuddle up and fall in love again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Well, to that point, because a lot of times people are just like, I get a lot of marriage proposals in my DMs. I don't know why. But I same thing here. I married my high school sweetheart. So yeah, same here. I will, and I'm telling my age or whatever, but I met my now husband at the age of 16. We didn't get married in high school, but yeah.
I was 15, about to turn 16.
See? You see? But you see, here's the thing now, there's two different sides of that, because a lot of times people are like, you don't understand, because you know, met your guy and y'all built together, which I get that. You know what I'm saying? When you meet somebody at that age or whatever, you can build, you know, it together. It's a partnership. But when you do meet, you know, someone and you're just, you know, you're a little more mature and you built yours, he's built his or whatever, and you've lived, you know what I'm saying? And so therefore, you know, he might have baggage, you might have baggage, you know what I'm saying? Which in this case, in this movie, that is definitely the case. You know, Never and Again is definitely an example of that. But it's different. You know, it's a completely different ball game. But I would say, because I have a girlfriend now who actually found her one and only a little later in life, she really had to, like, a lot of those boxes she had to check for that dude and stuff like that. She had to rip that sucker apart, you know, because everything she thought was on her, you know, to-do list, I guess you would say, is she had to kind of, and again, don't compromise who you are or your values are. That's not what I'm talking about. But the standards or whatever for her relationship that she thought she needed or whatever, she kind of had to like be open-minded and kind of let it flow and just kind of see where it went. And that's how she found her one and only. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, each stage, you know, is something totally different. But I think, again, this movie is a wonderful example of that later in life love and just being open and being honest with yourself, because I mean, chick was really resisting it. And again, the life and the husband she thought she was supposed to have, she was playing the role. You know, she's playing the role, you know, of what her career is supposed to look like, her house supposed to look like, her marriage is supposed to look like. And on the outside, it looked good. But what was going on? What was going on? Yeah. So the picture was pretty on the outside, but what was actually going on the inside was very empty. She was very empty.
And see, this is where I think this movie is going to have both men and women to kind of look at those things and understand, like, if you don't have it within the happiness inside, everything outside is not going to work. It's not going to be a solid foundation. So this is why I can't wait.
Yeah.
Because this is something it's so right on time. And I mean, this is what I wanted to talk to you and make sure, like, women and men need to hear that. But you know, I'm writing from the standpoint of a woman, and I want, you know, women who are my age and they feel like, oh, I'm not gonna find anybody. You will if you have to be open. You know, like, you can't have these unrealistic views on what it should look like, because it's, you know, somebody's gonna love you if you smile, you know, when all of that. So I mean, I can't. So I want to leave you. I want to my final question I want to ask you is, what advice would you have for, or words of encouragement would you give to someone who is this thinking about quitting their goals or not moving forward what they set out to do?
I have to go to my favorite song right now, that I have on repeat. That Charlie Wilson song, Blessed. I posted it for my birthday and they kept taking it down because I put I don't have the rights to this music. But I wake up to that song. I wake up to that song, and it's just about the little things, you know, waking up, thanking God. I mean, just listen to the words. I'm getting a chill while I'm talking about it, but it's the minor things. It's the little things. And when you're in tune with those little things, you're able to receive more. I think the more you're paying attention and giving thanks for the little things, you're aware and you're open to receiving. Okay. So I think that you're not blocked with all this chaos and all this stuff. You're open, you're breathing, you're accepting, you're thanking. And so I think in those moments of gratitude, that's what also opens your mind to things that you may have missed before. You know, the little subtle things from people that you receive that you may have missed before. And so if I would say anything, listen to that song. Listen to the words of that song. It is so simple. But Charlie Wilson, you laid that down when you did that. I mean, it just puts a pep in my step. And I absolutely love it. Oh, and when you do find that love, I got another love song for you. This has been my jam. I don't know how long it's been out. But before you watch Never and Again, put on PJ Morton and JoJo. It's called Say So. Girl, you know what I'm saying?
You
know?
That right there. Listen,
that right there is the soundtrack to Never and Again. Okay?
See?
So go ahead on, put your PJ Martin and JoJo Say So on. And that'll get you in the mood. That'll get you in the mood for Never and Again. That's my boy. He is from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm saying that's my boy. I don't know. But I'm just saying that song right there, I like the live version better. It is so beautiful and magical and is perfect for a Valentine's Day. So trust me on this, okay? Charlie Wilson, for you lovebirds or what out there, when you're receiving your love, PJ Martin.
Thank you so much for talking to me today. We have to wrap up, but I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to watch on BET Plus. This is going to